I'm Renee Wunderlich, and we are in Myrtle Beach right now. As you can tell, the wind and the rain continue. If you look behind me, a lot of the businesses here have boarded up their windows, and with good reason. We are currently under a tornado warning right now. This is the third year that students have come to this farm to learn how to plant and harvest vegetables. But they're not just learning where their food comes from. They're also helping the community. After 9 weeks of nonstop debate, the South Carolina Senate voted today 40-4 to send their education bill across the lobby over to the House. The Center for Disease Control and Prevention recommends that everyone wash their hands for 20 seconds. So let's start the clock. Now, earlier today, I spoke with Greenville County Schools to ask what they were doing, if anything, to specifically keep their students, teachers, staff, and their families safe from the possible spread of coronavirus. I got an email from a viewer who was worried about school trips. High schoolers are at Disney World in Orlando, Florida right now, and some elementary school students went to the State Museum for a field trip. Now, the district says they're getting guidance from DHEC, and if that state agency recommends that they don't send students on trips, they'll listen. Well, I'm on West Main Street off of Highway 29 in Spartanburg, and you can take a look at just some of the damage. This is one of several campers just ripped apart. You can see all of the garbage, all of the insulation, and there is much more. You can take a look, at least 2, possibly more campers overturned, and you can see the damage goes into the street here, and even across the way, there are power lines down, there are trees on them. You can see the insulation in the branches. We're still trying to figure out exactly what happened here. In fact, folks are showing up trying to see what they can do to help safely clean up all of this mess. We're in Spartanburg. Renee Wunderlich, WYFF News 4.
Our capacity is rapidly reaching its limit.
How close are we? If it continues, if nothing changes, if no one masks up, how close are we?
We could probably hit the limit of our capacity in 2 weeks.
Vice President Pence is the head of the White House Coronavirus Task Force. I asked him today if he would send his own children back to school in the fall.
I wouldn't hesitate to send my kids back to school.
This mother wants others to know about the need for foster families to foster newborns and how she says a little medicine and a lot of love can make all the difference. This little boy is getting a lot of love from his upstate foster family, especially foster mom Heidi Vongsness.
If there hadn't been a home for him, he would have sat up in the NICU by himself for potentially weeks until they found a placement for him. So nobody would have been there to rock him and feed him and snuggle him and attach to him like he needed in those first crucial weeks.
He needed special care, several doctor visits, and until recently, daily doses of methadone.
So he was born addicted to meth, heroin, opioids, and cocaine. So he had a pretty high number in his system. It was pretty intense at first.
Now 2 months old, he's meeting his developmental milestones.
He's just kind of become alive, like he's become so much more alert, he's making eye contact, he's following my voice around the room.
We're not using this baby's name or showing his face because he's in the foster system. South Carolina's Department of Social Services' latest count in May shows over 4,700 children are still in foster care. Just under 2,000 foster families are still needed. The Vongsness family has hosted 14 foster kids over the last 2 years. They hope this little boy's story inspires others to help other kids get a fresh start.
I think it's so easy to just see like, okay, he was born addicted, and not see that he is a normal, happy baby who doesn't deserve to have that over his head for the rest of his life.
Now, right now, there are several groups looking to help folks become foster families. Well, Joe, you can see behind me, there are hundreds of demonstrators. You can also see dozens of city police officers. Various deputies from the sheriff's office are also here. We should point out that this is the second demonstration of the day. The first one at 11 a.m., very peaceful. This one started out at Falls Park, very peaceful as well. They have been up and down Main Street here in downtown Greenville. 2 of the demonstrators have announced that they'd like to challenge Mayor Knox White for his office. There has been high tensions, and we continue to keep a safe distance as we're monitoring what is happening here. Live in Greenville, Renee Wunderlich, WYFF News 4. It's more than just paint on a wall. It's a message.
Daddy, how come we marching? So I explained to her by asking, if your brother and I wasn't doing anything wrong, and a police officer killed us only because of our color, would that make you mad and sad? And she said, yeah.
It's called One GVL Arts, a mural project to raise awareness around social equity in the upstate.
We're just so moved by everything that's been happening over the past few weeks and, of course, the past months. And we really started brainstorming ways that we could get the word out to the community and provide a platform for local artists to express themselves.
Local poets through Wits End Poetry teamed up with a mural artist, collaborating on poems and images that are painted for free on the side of buildings for any business who wants to be part of the conversation.
You can actually hear and feel what these people feel, because I think that's it, right? Communicating, listening, understanding that your world is not everybody else's world, you know, and that's kind of what makes it awesome.
Screaming till her voice became silent. Black Lives Matter. My mind flashed 10 more years, seeing my 38-year-old daughter still marching, holding a picture of a father, holding a picture of a husband, holding a picture of a son, holding a picture of a brother, hoping y'all get the picture. I'm hoping y'all get the picture. Every week somewhere, somebody loses a brother, loses a father. Somebody right now got a daughter going to bed with a picture of their little brother right beside the pillow, knowing they'll never see him again. We are mad and sad and refuse to be broken.
Greenville artist and poet Moody Black's words now painted in Poe Mill for all to see.
And we are tired, and our shoes ain't got no more souls to give.